Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Do you remember our first kiss? Succulent, sticky, and sweet like ripened mangoes. Our elbows grazed each other. Our fingers locking promises between open spaces. My stomach was twirling, with tiny monsters spreading their wings inside. Our love was terrifying. I prayed for this, us. I remember you holding my chest in your palms. You squeezed so tight, afraid I would slip. I was too weightless to feel my feet. That night, when we sipped on our friendship, staining the inside of our cheeks, letting the flavor settle on our tongues, my mouth was overflowing till I spilled our love on the tablecloth. I wanted to bottle it up like little girls do fireflies in mason jars, knowing you would always, always scare away the dark. You spread your lips in a smile the shape of an anchor. I knew I was home. Now I'm praying that 20 years from now, even when we have woken up to our backs facing each other, negotiated peace treaties in our bed, we'll write our love story across wrinkled faces. I will run my fingers through the grove of your brow like picture-perfect memories. And when we have a daughter, she'll purse her lips like yours in her sleep, furrow her nose like mine when thoughts are locked in deep. She will not inherit my wars, not atone for your sins. I am clasping my palms, praying again that 20 years from now, that our love will ripen like our first kiss, succulent, sticky, and sweet. And so you must never discard the bones. Boil them till the marrow slips and melts on your tongue. Nothing about you is useless. Soften your heart. You need to be tender enough to soak up the flavors, temper enough to mop up the juice. You mustn't be hard to swallow. Revel in your beauty. There is something about texture and tone that make for a gastronomic feast. You are stunning. Adorn your flesh like silk. Let it drape you, cascade over your shoulders, mold itself between your breasts, sliding down your thighs, hugging your calves, gently covering your feet, dripping on your toes. Hold your head up high and waltz like you are the belle at the ball. You are a feast for every eye. Take your time. You need to marinate, mold, and mature. You see, a stew from your mother's clay pot was never made in a day. You needn't be rushed. Renew your spirit. Prayers are the tender embers that simmer to perfection. Blow lightly. You need not scream. It hears your heart speak. Now take the first bite. Please yourself. Love yourself. Feed yourself. Forgive. Regrets will ruin the broth. Let go. Bitterness shares no room with exquisite flavors, but keep the leftovers. They make for worthwhile memories. Besides, there is always a lesson to learn. When the pain gets too heavy, open your mouth and spit it out. You must never chew. You must never swallow, because nobody will come for you when you are writhing in pain from a stomach swollen with anguish. Nobody will come for you when you silently scream in a stillbirth. When the pain gets too heavy, make sure you open your mouth and spit it out. So I wasn't going to do this poem, but everybody kept bothering me to do it kept harassing me that I have to do this poem because I feel like I wanted to retire this poem, but I've been, Lola, am I allowed? She clutched me in her clay-colored arms, frail and thin, bruised from the warring earth. She suckled me from her fallen breasts, beaten of life she laid me on her chest. Her heart thumping like a steady drumbeat, she said, "You will not be catfish. Point and kill. They will not choose you like they chose me." You came with an entrance, umbilical cord wound so tight around your neck like hands pressing against your throat. I feared you would break. The silence was deafening, the longest I had ever heard. The air was stiff and my world stood still, but you came. This thing, starry-eyed, head adorned in a kinky bouquet, from dancing a combi in my womb and somersaulting to praise songs, shrugging those shoulders, believing you had arrived. You would never listen, but hear me when I say you will not be catfish. Point and kill, wriggling like a worm devoured as prey licked to the bone. You must tell your daughters this tale, that they will not be catfish. Point and kill. They will not choose them like they chose me. Thank you.